Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of In2 The Metaverse. We didn't do one last week as I was on holiday, so we didn't do that one. And unfortunately, we're going to be having 2 more weeks without another one. As
Selfishly.
I'll be on holiday again. Just trying to take advantage of this beautiful, lovely English summertime that we're having right now.
You sound very sarcastic. But it is actually a really nice day today in Manchester.
It is a nice day today. And what's exciting is I've got family actually coming to England next weekend. And
Oh, that'll be nice.
Yeah, first time for my little brother to be here. My mother's coming. Haven't seen my mother since before lockdowns happened.
You can.
Yeah, so really excited, really happy. So as I will miss Abby.
Of course.
For 2 weeks not doing Into the Metaverse, but I'll be spending a lot of time with my family as they all come in for 2 weeks. So we're looking forward to that. So I do apologize that we won't have some content coming out, but when we do come back out, there will be some really great content then as well. Now, today, I wanted to talk about a couple different things around augmented reality and virtual reality, right? So the metaverse consists of a couple different spaces. This multiverse or this mixed verse would be really this augmented reality and virtual reality. And what are the differences? And what are the different use cases, and what are the implications moving forward? So that being said, let's just jump right into it. Have you heard of augmented reality before?
So, from our last podcast, if you haven't watched the rest, you should go and watch them before this one. I think augmented reality is where it changes your reality now that we're in. So like when we were talking about the car.
Yes, exactly.
And virtual reality is where you're actually in a totally different universe kind of thing. So
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. I can't really explain it much better. It's enhancing, augmented reality is really enhancing the space around you within the real world, and virtual reality is creating a completely new reality for you to enter into. So first I want to start on augmented reality and some of the things that are going on. Actually, let's start with virtual reality because augmented reality is one of the things that really excites me. Don't get me wrong, I'm really excited about virtual reality as well, but the idea of being able to enhance our skills and our abilities within the real world, that kind of like superhuman cyborg kind of thing, that really kind of excites me, you know what I mean? I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to this stuff. It's shaking her head for that. It's true though. So virtual reality, it's putting on the headset, the earphones, and you're stepping into another world, right? And a lot of the things that are going to be necessary is the hardware that's going into it. Right now, a lot of these virtual reality headsets, you can, they're really bulky.
Yeah,
you've got these big headphones and things like that. You can't really put it on a kid because their head would fall. Like babies definitely can't get into the metaverse, right?
No.
So
do they need to right now?
I don't know. I don't think so. I probably wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to put a baby in the metaverse.
No.
But so you got this big, like bulky hardware.
Headset, yeah.
But the technology is evolving, and we discussed in a former episode around the different kind of things like smell-o-vision that come along with it, different kinds of things to augment that. That's all to create a new world around you. So you can be in the comfort of your own home, and this virtual world all around you. This will be used for different office spaces, right? Okay. So creating that, going into work, you're in your virtual office space or going into that education, all these things that we've discussed before. But what's going to happen is this technology, as it advances, it's going to get smaller and easier to use. And maybe you'd be sitting out in the park and you're actually not even in the park, you're just in virtual reality. I don't know who would want to do that, but
I think if you don't socially like to interact, I feel like that would be a good thing.
Yeah.
So if you want to be somewhere else except not in your house but on your own, I feel like I'd like that sometimes, like go for a walk on my own, no one else is there kind of thing.
Yeah, especially with some of the people we work with,
like you.
No, not me, except for me. No, that makes total sense as well, and if you only like interacting with people within that virtual world, maybe you feel safer doing that, but you still want to be outside,
Oh, yeah.
And the technology will get to the point where you're going to be able to take these into more mobile spaces where the Wi-Fi, with the advances in 5G, and maybe even eventually 6G. China is experimenting right now with 6G technology.
Oh, really?
I'm sure America's probably already experimenting with it as well. I mean, when you hear about China doing it, I mean, I am biased, but the Americans have probably been doing it for quite a while. So yeah, you're gonna have the ability to have these fast moving internet capabilities, so all that data to be coming back and forth. So you could probably take this virtual world anywhere with you. But that being said,
But that's not been done yet though, has it? So you couldn't actually...
I mean, if you could connect to Wi-Fi with a virtual headset, then yeah, and if you had like a power pack to it, you know what I mean? So a lot of these headsets, you know, they'll connect to a receiver that will connect to your Wi-Fi or connect to like a game console or computer.
Okay.
So that's where that main connection is. But as the technology gets more advanced, it'll shrink. You know, the processors shrink, just as everything does. You know, computers. I think the first computer that was ever made was the size of this building. You know, so as all technology gets better, it gets smaller and more compact and easier to use. So that's going to happen eventually with these VR headsets, and you're going to be able to step into a different world from wherever you're at. And you know, the bodysuits, that hardware that comes into it, you know, all those crazy things, like that feeling, that touch. Maybe you don't like to meet people in public. Maybe you're afraid of monkeypox, you know, or catching COVID. Whatever it is, you don't have to see people in public, but you still get to interact with people. That's bridging that gap, still being able to socialize, right? And you're gonna be able to do that with virtual reality. What I'm really excited about, though.
You look so excited.
Augmented reality and the implications, and the applications of augmented reality. So there's been a lot of things already out for augmented reality. Google Glass, for example.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
We talked about Google Glass. Did we talk about Pokemon Go?
No, we haven't talked about that yet.
Okay, so Pokemon Go was huge, right?
Oh yeah, because you had that on your phone and you go out in public and the Pokemon would be, may I just say I never got Pikachu, but the Pokemon would be on your screen and you'd shoot your little Pokemon balls. And
but in the background though, you'd still see reality.
Yeah.
But your Pokemon's right there.
Still there, yeah. Oh, so that is part of
That's augmented reality.
Wow, okay.
Yes. So it's augmenting the spaces around you. Pokemon Go was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was so big that people were actually walking into traffic and they had to put a little little disclaimer on it. You know, put your head up every once in a while, you know what I mean? Don't go play in traffic. But if you did walk into traffic, I mean, you know, natural selection here, you know. I'd say I'm only kidding, but I'm not.
He's not.
So, you know, you had Pokemon Go, which is this augmented reality.
Yeah.
Another cool implication of it. So, I mean, what I'm saying is we've already been in augmented reality. We've already been creating this world around us to enhance what we've got going on.
Without even knowing, and in a good way as well, because I feel like I used to walk everywhere, like to go and find them.
Were you one of those people? Were you walking in between traffic?
No, I'm still here. So
a couple of close calls though, I'm sure.
But yeah, I feel like everyone was walking a lot more. Have you seen that one as well where it's on your phone? It's kind of augmented reality, but not at the same time, because people leave little presents, and it could be handmade or anything, and they'll be in like a park or in walking distance. I don't know what it's called.
I know what you're talking about,
Is
but I
that
don't know what it's
augmented
called.
reality as well?
I don't think so. I mean, are there actual pictures on your phone of it in that area?
So. No.
I mean,
yeah, then
so
it's not,
I don't think it's quite augmented reality, but I mean, I do know what you're talking about, and it does seem kind of cool.
Yeah,
you know,
because
you
you
gotta
do that
go
with like
find different
NFTs
things
and stuff.
Yeah,
that'd be a good thing. Listen,
you're creating a game
if anyone
right now.
wants some tips,
Don't take that
me.
idea. That's Abby's idea. If you start doing that, we're gonna find you. Right? That's a really good idea, actually. You know, and doing NFT treasure hunts and things.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's another application for this augmented reality.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's just on your phone, right? Or if you're using your Google Glass, you can see different things. Here's something that I think you're gonna really think is kind of cool. So, you do like to go shopping, right?
100%.
Do you like to go to the Trafford Center?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I do, but I'd rather shop online though. That's very controversial. I feel like it's easier.
Right, but don't you want to see what the clothes look like
on you? Yeah, but I hate going shopping because it's just time consuming. They never have what I want in.
And it's really busy.
Yeah, all the time.
And the dressing rooms are really busy.
Yeah, and sweaty.
And sweaty and gross. Yeah. Well, with augmented reality, there's a couple of different retail companies that are making mirrors that you can go stand in front of this mirror at the shop, and you can scroll through and you can actually see what the clothes look like on you, move around, and move with your body. It'll scan your body.
In different sizes.
In different sizes, different colors, all these different things, and you just stand in front of a mirror and you can see what the clothes look like on you without having to put them on.
Oh my gosh! gosh, that's so much easier.
Now imagine if they start making these things for your home as well.
Yeah.
Create a completely different home shopping experience.
100%.
You know,
and
so
if you could order it on the mirror as well.
Well, that's what you do with these different retail companies that they're building
That's
these things.
so good.
You know, like, oh, I like that, but you know what? I don't like it in that color. Maybe I'll do it like this. I mean, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You know.
I think this is why some people need to take a step back, because I think a lot of people think that, oh, it's such a bad thing that this is going on and technology is advancing, but it's not. Like, when you put it into perspective,
Yeah.
with like Pokemon Go making people go outside more, if they did it with NFTs, going outside more, shopping experience is easier, stuff like that. Like, it's not all like doom and gloom.
It's not, and there's some other really cool things as well. There's a couple different car manufacturers right now that are working on windshields that are actually augmented windshields. So they'll do the entirety of your navigation system.
I need that.
For the road.
I need that right now.
And it's like, have you ever heard of what a HUD is?
No.
Heads up display.
Okay.
So in gaming, you know, like within Call of Duty or something, pretty much every game. Yeah, so you know how you can see how many rounds you have left, what gun you're on, if you're prone, if you're standing, all that stuff. That's your HUD. That's your heads up display.
Okay.
Right? So there's cars that are being made right now with windshields that give you a virtual HUD. So it can tell you, instead of having on your dashboard how fast you're going, how, you know, the fuel consumption, all those things, it can actually be all on your windshield. Everything will just be
and you
digital.
can just see that instead of looking down in your miles per hour and stuff like that. Then you're not taking your eyes off the road.
It's
That's
keeping you
very
much
clever.
safer. Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's another use case for augmented reality.
Okay.
Right? Something else that I think is really cool is there's a bit of technology that's being done with AI and Google, where, you know, you can take a picture of something and you can say, "What is this?" And Google will try and find it.
Right?
Right?
I've seen that before. Yeah.
So as these data banks increase, right, as we have more and more and more data around individuals, things, places, you know, locations, people will be able to take these, you know, Google Glass, or if they make contacts eventually, you know, that have augmented abilities, and you'll actually be able to interact with things, and it could tell you descriptions about different things as you're going along, right? And let's say, here's something that I literally just thought about while we're talking.
Gosh,
and I think that this would be really cool. All right, so part of this podcast is, you know, just kind of hypothesizing things, just being excited about the space and the metaverse, blockchain technology. Using blockchain technology, I think we discussed VeChain before.
Yes.
So it's really more of like a logistics tracking platform. Well, what if, you know, you go grocery shopping and your VeChain actually is linked to the augmented reality in your glass, so you can actually see all that information right away. So as you're scoping through the produce section, you can see when that banana was made, you know, or not made, but grown, where it came from, how it came to get here. Or let's say you're going through the grocery store and you're watching your calorie count. You know, you go through and just looking at different things in your little augmented shopping mode, and you'll be able to see all the different calorie counts and portion sizes and all these different things just through the grocery store. All of these things enhancing your everyday life, just being able to understand things much faster, much easier, not even have to pick up the box, it's already right there in your eye. You know what I mean? That's kind of cool stuff. I mean, I'm just thinking right now it connects right to the block, right to that specific code. So yeah, that really excites me. I just, you know. But another cool thing that I think is really going to help out within the medical profession is some technology that they're working on for surgeries, right? So
they're working on this now?
Yeah, this is being worked on right now.
Explain.
So a really big cause of death that's not really talked about is medical mistakes, right? At least in America. I don't know what the stats are here in the UK, but in America there's a lot of medical mistakes. And of course I'm not talking about doctors and surgeons and things. It's just that's the risk of surgery, right?
Yeah, mistakes happen.
Exactly.
Can't help
People are still trying to help people. It's just, you know, you can't always help everybody. So a way that can reduce medical mistakes and also make it easier on insurance companies having to pay out these things, all these different things, is a system where your body is scanned completely through. So all your veins, all your nerves, all these things, everything completely scanned. So essentially you've made a complete digital copy of the patient's body. Okay. Now the surgeon can go in ahead of time and on the digital character, a digital person, a digital you that's laying on the bed can go and perform the surgery down to a T. And all those motions can be mapped by an AI computer. So if there was a mistake, then it's mapped, it's caught before it's made, and then they restart. Okay? Then they start it again. And until the surgery is done completely, perfectly right, maybe they have to remove a tumor in the brain, and they actually remove all and every single bit of the tumor, then this machine, this AI that's been tracking the motions, then transfers it over to a really precise computer, and the computer actually performs the surgery on the real person. So it's eliminating.
That's what they're making now?
Yeah, there's real technology being done right now around.
That gives me goosebumps then.
Isn't that pretty cool?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's not, like you said, all doom and gloom.
No.
There's so much cool stuff that can be done. I mean, think about it for sports. I know this, I kind of dropped the medical bomb right there. It was really cool implications, right?
Yeah.
But it is something that's very exciting, and I think that, it would be great for education as well.
Oh, yeah.
Training doctors, training surgeons.
With the machine, yeah.
Yeah, instead of, having to use cadavers and things like that.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to keep getting a supply of bodies to practice on. You can actually just do it on these digital
instead
copies.
And then you never run out, and then you'll always have something to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
and if there's ever a mistake, they'll learn it there and then.
Exactly. And
wow, that's so clever.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff going on with that.
Yeah.
When it comes to sports, American football, I'm a big fan of American football. It's not really much of a big thing over here, but let's go Steelers. Season's starting in like 2.5 weeks. I'm really
I can't wait.
Yeah. See how excited she is? See how excited she is? Yeah, I'll be coming into work with my terrible towel. She doesn't know what a terrible towel is. You'll see in September.
Do you have one of them, what's it called? One of them hand things that they all have in America? What are they called?
A big foam hand? I don't have a foam hand, no. It's not my scene. But I'm not knocking you if you do. But I do have a beer cap. One of those hard hats where you put the beer cans in. You can drink the beer from it. Yeah, I got one of those.
He's that annoying person at every football match that you don't want to sit next to.
I'm not loud or anything.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, but when it comes to sporting events, American football, a big issue is concussions, right? And then it's causing different kinds of brain damage later in life, just injuries in general for any kind of sports.
Yeah.
With augmented reality, you'll be able to see things in real time. Impacts. You'll be able to tell, let's say you can enhance your game as well, right? So let's say a quarterback, as the future gets better and technology evolves, will be able to see the way his receivers run out in patterns and see patterns of the defense. But everybody's got these different kind of augmented reality goggles, and maybe it just makes your reaction time better, makes the game faster, makes it higher scoring, or just different kinds of things when it comes to sports, especially within American football, because I get excited about these things. That's one of the implications that I'm thinking about of augmented reality, enhancing your ability as an athlete. All these use cases are really not to be feared. But
no, definitely not. That's what I was trying to say before. Like, they could find cures, or they could try and help find things before things get worse than what they are in medical terms, or stuff like with football. Something serious happened, you don't know how they've got the concussion, you can find it straight away with all of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Here's something cool, right? So the airports right now are a disaster, are they not?
Oh yeah.
So you go to Manchester Airport, you wait for so long to get to your airplane. Well, what if you're using some kind of device, this Google Glass or whatever, and instead of getting lost in the airport, you don't need to look all around, oh, where are we?
I do that. I've been there loads.
My mother is coming to visit. She's going to be lost in the airport. She doesn't travel much. God bless her. If you're watching, Mom, I love you. But, if she could put on her glasses exactly where to go pick up her luggage.
Oh,
and then where to go, and then
all that information comes off the flight anyway, straight away. Your bags are already being told where to put, so if you're not all stood around that thing like looking where they are,
it's got your direct path to it, and it's telling you when your bag's coming down into the turnstile, so you can see your bag is right there.
That'd be so clever.
Easy peasy. And then you want to walk out of the airport and you want to go right to your cab, right? Well, you've already pre-ordered your cab or your Uber.
So
you look and it's already linked up to your device, so there's a beacon above your Uber right there in the front.
You know what I mean?
boom. Or the Uber driver, whenever he's coming to pick you up from a night out, right?
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
you go on a nice
You're
cheeky
saying it like
one.
I go out every single night.
It goes out on a cheeky one down in the Manchester City Centre on a Friday night, you know, and you're looking for an Uber. Well, the Uber driver, because he's got this sweet windshield, he can actually see where you're located.
Okay.
And it's linked to your device, so as you're getting closer, they know exactly where you are and he knows where to come pick you up.
Yeah, okay. Instead of going a mile down the road when I'm wearing heels and I'm having to run.
Exactly. So now, you know, there's just a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about the implications of augmented reality and where we're going to go
Yeah.
as the technology advances. How far can we actually advance using augmented reality? You know, within virtual reality, it's limitless, really. It's only limited to the human imagination.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Flying and, you know...
Everything in there.
Exactly. That's exciting. That's
100%.
a lot of fun, you know, and don't get me wrong, I love gaming. I love going to the escapism and getting into a different world, creating a character. But I also enjoy, you know, being in this world as well and advancing myself, right?
Have you ever seen that when people like go on dates and they go to like a place where they do virtual reality, probably in London, and they've got a headset on and you get a video afterwards of you with your headset on but in the real world and you're like fighting zombies and everyone's like, you know, like screaming.
I mean,
it's so funny.
That'd be a good first date, you know. You make fun of each other, you know. There's a lot of really cool stuff happening, and then maybe you got catfished. And, you know, you go on that first date and she's not quite right or he's not quite right, you know? But at least you're in virtual reality and you can look like somebody different. So at least you can enjoy some of the date. That's kind of rude. I'm sorry. I should have said that. But yeah, so there's this virtual world. It's the implications, the possibilities are literally only limited to our imagination.
Yeah.
But in the real world, there are limitations in the real world. But how much further can we push those limitations? How far can we break these boundaries? How much more can we advance human civilization when it comes to, you know, this medical technology, when it comes to sports and how we just conduct our everyday lives? Because everything we do could actually really be affected by this, from driving to shopping to everything else. So I kind of wanted to just touch base on that. What's the difference between augmented reality and virtual reality, and then some of the implications. So if you found that was interesting, if you're excited about some things, if you got some cool ideas, things that you're just hypothesizing in your brain,
please comment and we can talk about
definitely comment. Let us know what you guys are thinking, because you know, as I get excited, and Abby, she sees my excitement, you know.
I do get excited a little bit. I'm going to try and rein it in. I don't want to be a...
Well, you know,
tech
somebody's
nerd.
Tech nerd.
Tech nerd.
I'll take care of the tech nerd side of things. But yeah, if you guys are really excited about this as well, and you got some cool ideas, please comment. Go back and watch some of the information that we've given out before. And you know, if you're as excited as I am about this, definitely reach out and